Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with a daily reading update. Today is the 13th of January. Happy Saturday, everybody. So today was an interesting day. We had a visitor that we were not anticipating. I will get into that. And if you saw the thumbnail, you saw the visitor. But I will talk about that in just a minute. Reading update for today. Guys, it is about 5:45 at night and I have not read more than a chapter of my book. And I am, of course, currently reading, sorry, bear with my friends. The Airman's Homecoming by Sabrina York. A Harlequin special edition novel. I am about 40% of the way through this now. I would honestly like to get this done by midday tomorrow. I do my weekend review videos on Sundays, and usually I film them in the morning, but I'm thinking I'm going to see how far I can get in this tonight. Like I said, it's only 5:45. I have lots and lots of time. Nothing else planned for this evening. We've been busy all day long, so I would like to get this done tomorrow. I would love to get it done tonight, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I'll probably end up getting it done tomorrow so that I can include this review in my weekend review video tomorrow. No listening to my audiobook. Sorry, it's been a long day. No listening to my audiobook because I tend to not listen to them on the weekends. And I will get back to that probably on Monday on my drive into work. And yeah, so it was a busy day today. So kind of in and out. So we went out and grabbed tea for breakfast. And then we had to go back out to go and do our groceries. So Garrett was outside and he was in the garage having a smoke. And I came out after because I was like putting on my coat and all that stuff. And I came out afterward and he was like calling to this cat across the street. And it was in a neighbor's driveway across the street. And it was crying and crying and crying. And my heart was just breaking. And Garrett commented saying that he'd seen the cat around a lot for quite some time. Like back into the fall. But he had noticed that there were pictures for somebody missing a cat up on like the mailboxes and stuff like that. So I took a chance and I went across the street and into this neighbor's driveway. And this poor cat was up and underneath the back end of their car. So I coaxed him out. And he let me pick him up. A little nick for my troubles. It's fine. Don't panic, you guys. I put lots of I washed my hands, put lots of antibacterial lotion on it, a Band-Aid. I feel fine. Everything's cool. So anyway, and it was like a very superficial, like little scratch. You know what I mean. Anyway, so I got him in the house. Like he was docile enough that he let me carry him across the street and into the house. So I got upstairs and I deposited him in the spare room. And we brought him a bowl of food, like kibble food, and then water. And I also brought him up like half a can of wet food. For those of you who have cats, you know what I'm talking about. And he gobbled that up like he hadn't eaten in weeks. And I mean, yeah, he was clearly hungry. So we were kind of discussing on what to do. So we went out and we found the poster and Garrett took a picture of it. And we were looking at the picture on the poster and looking at the cat that we had. We're like, don't think it's the same cat. But we called the gentleman anyway, and he said, would you mind sending me a picture of the cat? Because I guess he's been getting a lot of phone calls. And I'm like, sure, no problem. So we took a picture of the cat and we sent it to him. And he's like, no, it's not my cat. My cat has a lot more white. This cat, like, again, you will see in the video, was a pure ginger orange and, top to tail. And he was a big, floofy sweetheart. He clearly needed to be brushed. His fur was quite matted. But he looked like he was crossed with a Maine Coon. Like, he was beautiful. And he was a big cat. So anyway, I said, okay, thanks anyway. And, and then Garrett and I were like, what are we going to do? And we kind of sort of would have kept him. But we already have the 3 cats, and to bring in another one, it gets expensive when it comes to food and vet bills and all the things. And I mean, that's a responsibility we would have happily taken on, but it was definitely something that we needed to discuss, right? I at least wanted to try and foster him for a few days to make a decision on what we were going to do. So the gentleman, and I never did get this man's name, wrote me back, and he's like, listen, he said, This cat has been seen all over our neighborhood since like the summer. And he has had so many people reach out to say like, hey, is this your cat? And he's like, that's why he asked for a picture, because it's not his cat. But people have been seeing this cat. And the thing is, he will message them back and say, no, it's not my cat. And the people just let the cat back outside again. Like, I couldn't in all good consciousness do that. It's cold. It's wet. He had no food. He had nothing. I mean, at least if we could have kept him here, we could have kept him safe, right? And I couldn't bear the thought of taking him to a shelter. Not in the least could I, where he would live in what, a 2-by-2-foot little cell? He hadn't done anything wrong. You know, why should we put him in jail? That's the way I was thinking about it. So the gentleman messaged me back, like we were text messaging, and he says, if you want, he says, I am more than willing to come and pick up the cat. He goes, because I've been wanting to try and get the cat, like this cat that people have been seeing and you were able to get. Clearly he's friendly because he let you pick him up and bring him in. And he's like, I'll take him to the vet and see if he's microchipped. And if not, you know, we'll go from there. And I'm like, okay, that's great. Thank you. So the gentleman came by and he picked up the cat and he took the cat, and it was nice visiting with him for an hour. So our cats were like a little, what's going on here? Who's in that room? And why do they smell different? So we got a text from him later, and he said that the cat was not microchipped. I can't believe it. I mean, not that cats that are just your plain, you know, everyday tabbies are not as, but this cat was just, I mean, this is not a cheap cat. This is a part Maine Coon cat. Wasn't chipped. And anyway, the man said that what he was going to do is he was going to take him in because he had the space, because of course cat's gone. So he has the space, and he's going to bring the cat in, and he's going to put up the cat's pictures on these like Facebook groups for the area for like lost and found animals. And if anyone claims him, then great, he will go to a new home. He goes, if nobody claims me, he goes, I'm just going to keep him because he's just such a sweetheart. And I'm like, that's awesome. That made me happy. So that was our big adventure of today. Yeah, I'm kind of sad because, I mean, I know he's gone to a good home and he hasn't gone to a shelter, and that makes me feel 1,000 times better. But this other part is kind of like, he was just so sweet. Like, you know, he was just lovely, a beautiful, beautiful cat. But, you know, practically speaking, it's just not something we could have done right now. And I'm so grateful that it all worked out in the end for the cat. You know, like, I know not everybody's an animal person, but that just, I could not. He was crying so much. You could just tell that he was starving. And, you know, with the fact that we got that snowstorm last night, probably very difficult to find food, you know, and I couldn't leave him outside. So I'm glad at least tonight now he's got a warm place to sleep, and hopefully he stays inside. So again, back to the hill that I will die on that I've mentioned before on this podcast, or these videos. Cats are not outdoor animals. Please, please, please keep your cats indoors. You know, I know accidents happen. I know that they're frisky little guys, and if you open the door, there are some cats that'll just dart out, and there's nothing that can be done about that. But I hear too many stories of people who are like, oh, I let Fluffy out this morning like I always do, and she hasn't come back yet. Hit by a car, taken by a coyote, some unscrupulous person has done something to them. You know, I don't want to get into this rant again, but please, cats are not outdoor animals. They're indoor animals. Where they are warm and safe and get regular meals and love and all the things. So anyway, that was my exciting day, you guys. Yeah, and then Garrett and I went back out later, and after we had dealt with the whole thing with the cat, I was going to name the cat Edward, by the way, just because he looks so regal. He kind of looked like a lion with like all the big mane, if you will. But yeah, anyway. So we went to the bookstore. We went to the thrift store and I bought some books. So I haven't decided what I want to do. I don't know if I don't think I want to do another book haul right away. I just did one like Friday. So what I might do is do like anytime I go like to the thrift store and buy a couple books is maybe just do a filming of that, like of me showing them off and then kind of putting them all together in a vlog. I used to do that before, and maybe like not necessarily every month, but like, you know, every few weeks or every 3 weeks or something. So let me know, which do you want to see? Do you want to see just a book haul, or do you want to see, and again, if I'd only bought 2 books, I would show them to you guys right here, but somebody had a massive collection of Nora Roberts, and I got a whole bunch of her category romances, so I'm really excited about that. But anyway, that's it, guys. I'm going to let you go, and videos next of, as I've called him, Edward, our little visitor that we had for a while. So good thoughts for Edward, that he somehow finds his forever home, whether it be with his family that had him before, or whether he stays with this very nice gentleman who came over to pick him up. So anyway, guys, that's it. Take care and happy reading. Bye, everybody.